28th. It is 10:16 a.m. and I am headed to the doctor. I was just in class, and for the last like 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe, I've been experiencing what I feel like is a gush, or maybe I'm peeing on myself and I don't realize it, which are some normal things that can happen through pregnancy. But the only problem is I feel like this is uncontrollable. Like, it's literally, I feel like I'm gushing, or it's at a time, and it's scaring me, and I'm starting to cramp right now. And at first I was gonna just stay at school and not say anything, but my boyfriend was like, no, you need to call the doctor. That just doesn't sound right. You know, maybe, and I was thinking maybe my water's breaking. This is horrible. It's not a good thing. I'm only 17 weeks, but I went ahead and I called my doctor. And my doctor insisted that I come in to make sure that my water is not breaking right now. And hopefully it's just me peeing on myself. And I am hoping that I am just peeing on myself. But this is a scary feeling, because I know that, hold on y'all. I'm just hoping that all is well, but I am headed to the doctor. And like I said, it's 10:18 a.m., March the 28th. I am experiencing a little bit of cramping. I'm just hoping everything is okay. So I will keep you guys posted. Let's just pray that me and baby girls are okay. I couldn't get the strength. I just love the doctor. I just love the doctor. And basically, I am having a miscarriage. I'm so hurt. I just want to scream. I don't know what to do. I just know all I want is my baby. I don't know. I feel like this is my fault. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel right now. I'm so. She got so big. You didn't get to see all the other ultrasounds. Look how big she got. Oh my God, look at her legs. Oh. Her face. Yeah. I see it.
Can you see?
She moved. Just like that.
Yep.
All done.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the vaginal portion, okay?
I look a mess. I know I look a mess, but oh, my face is so swollen. Basically, today I got to the hospital. I went to the doctor. I filmed that earlier. I went to the doctor, and they basically confirmed that I was leaking fluid, and basically my water was breaking, which is not a good thing, because I'm only 17 weeks and 6 days. So the baby was too early to be born. But we got here, and basically all the doctors were telling me sorry for my loss and things like that. And me and Tasha thought it was over. As you guys can see, I'm still hooked up to my IV and things like that. They were going to induce me to take the baby, and they told me that she wasn't going to make it, and they just told me sorry for my loss. The people came to plan the funeral and everything. I mean, it was absolutely heartbreaking. I screamed, I cried. I wanted to know what I did so wrong. All I knew is I wanted my child. But by the grace of God, we did the ultrasound, and everything was a 360. Baby girl is great. I have enough fluid for her to live, even though I'm leaking. I can't go home anytime soon, but who cares? As long as my baby is fine, it's all I care about. I'm just so grateful right now, and God is so good to me.
Hi.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jazz here.
And Ty.
And me.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Tay.
Okay, say your name. Let them know your name. Jordan is asleep right now, so we decided to go ahead and film this video.
Jordan is right in there in the room.
Yeah.
What she's doing?
She's sleeping.
All right, okay. So we decided to go ahead and film this video. It's long overdue, and if you guys seen the clips before, you know exactly what we're finna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about the time that we had a miscarriage scare with Jordan when I was about 18. Hold on. When I was about 18 weeks pregnant. Basically started off with me going to school. I normally wake up, do the same thing every day. I wake up around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I get Taylor ready, drop him off at school, and I go to class. I remembered around my second class period, or whatever, my second class, I realized that I had been a little bit more wet down there than normal. My pants seemed to be as if I peed on myself, but this time it was a little bit more fluid than it'll be if I peed on myself. You know, I mean, it was normal to drizzle a little bit when you're pregnant, but this time it was like a lot. I could tell that it was different, and I didn't know what was going on. So I called Tashawn and I let him know what had been happening. My pants were soaking wet. I could feel it. If I touched my pants and I touched my hand, I could see fluid on my hand, and in the seat there had been fluid. So I called Ty, and he told me to call my doctor and let them know what was going on to see if I need to come in. So I gave them a call, and they told me to come in because they didn't seem normal, and they wanted to make sure that my water didn't break, because if so, that wasn't a good thing. So I went inside my doctor's office, as you guys see in the clip, and I didn't really know what to expect, but I was really scared. Before my midwife even entered the room, after I was checked in, the bed was soaking wet. The paper that they lay on top of the bed for, like, you know, what do they lay that shit on the bed for?
They just lay it on there for every client.
Yeah, for every client, they change it. So I know you guys know what I'm talking about. That paper was completely wet by the time my midwife made it back to come and see me and check me. So I was already in tears, because I was like, you know, in my mind, I felt like, oh my God, I know my water had to break at this point. I don't know what's going on. I am leaking. Like, this cannot be pee anymore. She tested me on the strip, and it says it's positive. The color comes up positive, and I believe it's like a green or blue color that signifies if you're leaking fluid. Blue. So I can't really remember, but I just remember her hugging me and saying she's so sorry. So, you know, putting 2 and 2 together, if I'm crying and I feel like I'm leaking and I just tested positive for leaking fluid and she's telling me sorry, of course that means that I'm having a miscarriage. So they told me to go straight to the ER at the hospital that I was going to be delivering Jordan at. I get to the hospital and I have the worst experience. I go to the ER like they told me to do, and they make me sit down and wait. They tell me that since I'm under 22 weeks, they cannot see me. So I sit there, I'm waiting, I'm crying, you know, I'm calling my mom, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, mama. Like, that nobody's taking me serious at this point, and no one's going to see me. So I continue to keep getting up. Tashawn is, at this point, he's upset. So I'm calling him, and he's like, you need to tell them that your doctor is there waiting on you, and that you're not supposed to be sitting down. This is like a serious matter. I get up and I let them know, hey, my doctor told me to come to the ER, but she also said that she'll be waiting on me.
But she supposed to be in labor and delivery.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to be in labor and delivery, not the ER. But my midwife told me wrong, unfortunately. So my doctor had already been in labor and delivery waiting on me. I just remember walking to labor and delivery after they told me exactly where it was at, and I was just bawling tears. Like, I was just so afraid. In my mind, I just kept praying that, you know, that they could do something to save her. So as I'm walking up to labor and delivery, I remember meeting this very short Caucasian lady. She was very old as well. She was so sweet, a heart full of gold. She was like my angel. Like, she was literally like my angel. She came up to me and she asked me that I need help. I let her know that I was going to labor and delivery. At that point, I'm pretty sure that she knew what was going on, especially because my bump was just itty bitty. So I'm pretty sure she knows someone going to labor and delivery, they're crying, they're balling up in their itty bitty belly, they're having a miscarriage. So she tells me okay, let me put you in a wheelchair. We need to take as much stress off you as possible. So I'm like, okay, thank you, because no one else was willing to help me. I mean, the people in the ER, they didn't give a damn at all. So she puts me in a wheelchair and she takes me to the elevator. And as we're going up there, she asks me, hey, you know, what are you having? I let her know I'm having a baby girl. How many weeks are you? 17 weeks and 6 days, you know. And she's like, I just want to let you know that God will do anything to save your baby. Your bag can seal at any moment. If you're leaking fluid, your bag can seal at any moment. And she took me to the room. She pushed me. I got out the wheelchair, and I never seen her again. Even when I had Jordan, gave birth to Jordan, I still never got to see this lady again. But if she's watching this video, I would like to say thank you so much for your words of encouragement. Thank you for having faith. Thank you for giving me faith not to give up. So when I get inside of the labor and delivery room, all of the nurses are kind of moving really fast. Like, no one's really talking. Only thing they're saying is they're sorry for my loss. They're sorry for my loss. So at this point, I'm in so much distress and I'm screaming because they just telling me sorry for my loss. So I'm like, okay, it's over. Like, I'm praying. I remember Tyshawn taking me out of my clothes and putting my gown on, and I was literally screaming in the restroom, just praying, God, please, 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 please do something. Like, I was literally like begging God, please do something to save my baby. I don't know what's going on. What did I do wrong? Lord, please do something to turn this around. Please, please, please. After I put on my gown, they put me in the bed and they just let me know how everything was about to go, how they was gonna get me hooked up on the monitors, get the medicine running so they can put me in labor so I can have the baby. So after they tell me that they're gonna put me in labor, I'm asking them, me and Tasha are asking them, okay, are y'all gonna hook the baby up to monitors to help her survive? And they tell us no, you know, there's no point of doing that. She's so small, she won't survive anyways. And we're just at this point bawling in tears. So you weren't there, Papa, so how can you talk? Use with Gigi. Okay, what you wanna say?
We don't got a banana. We got 2 burgers right over there, and I didn't eat my food.
You didn't eat your food, okay.
And then I waste all of my toys on the floor.
Alright, so tell them, Trippy Tay.
Trippy Tay.
Say, check out my channel coming.
Yeah, he gotta get his own channel, because as y'all can see, my baby wants to talk. He wants to talk.
You see my birthday come up?
Yeah.
Birthday come up when my kids come over to my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Alright, let mama talk.
okay, so basically they wanted to know if we wanted to talk to the chapel man or whatever. So he came in and he wanted to pray for us. Of course, I'm okay with praying, but they also wanted us to talk about planning the funeral. So at this point, I mean, they basically just told me inside, you know, there was no going back. You know, we knew that we was about to be put inside of labor, and we also knew that the baby would not make it. We asked them how long that we could spend time with her. They let me know that I could spend as much time as I want with her, and they also told me that her heart would be beating when she came out, to just kind of prepare for that. So I told him, okay, that's fine. Tyshawn didn't want to see Jordan like that at all. He had already told me that he didn't want to see that, so he didn't know if he would be able to just watch me give birth to her and then hold her for all those hours without her breathing, and then she stops. But as mom, I just wanted to spend so much time with her, and I had already put it in my mind that, you know, she wasn't going to make it.
Like that.
Yes.
They just did everything so fast and everything so wrong. They did it backwards. Yeah.
So it's supposed to be steps that they take and procedures that they take to make sure that you're actually having a miscarriage, and that is the ultrasound. The ultrasound would determine how much fluid you have and if you're leaking. No one ever spoke about an ultrasound the whole time that they was telling me sorry for my loss. So let's just make this clear, if anybody gets confused. The whole time before I even got hooked up on the monitors, everyone had been confirmed that I was losing the baby, that, you know, the baby was going to pass. They had already confirmed that without even knowing for a fact that I was having a miscarriage or if I was even leaking fluid.
And we could have been the type to say, nah, we don't want to see the ultrasound. We don't want to.
Let's skip it. Let's just go ahead and get everything started because this is heartbreaking. You know, we could have been those type of young parents
to just to see, make sure she was moving. you know, and everything like that before we go any further.
Right. So the young girl did the ultrasound and she told us to start asking questions. She was like, you know, you have way more than enough fluid. I don't think you're even leaking. She was like, and if you're leaking, you might just be a little ruptured or something. But she was like, you know, baby girl has enough fluid to live. So she was like, start asking questions. She was like, and she's moving. She's okay. Like she's not even in distress. So I was like, okay, well, thank you. So I remember she said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and send up your ultrasound, the recordings and the measurements, so your nurse can know that everything looks okay, and we'll just go from there. She was like, I'm praying for you, and hopefully I'll see you before my shift ends. I said, okay, cool. Really, really sweet girl. She was young as well. She was amazing. So I think about an hour later, my nurse comes back in, her and all the other nurses. Basically, she's like, oh, good news, you know, you have enough fluid for the baby to live. We're gonna keep you overnight. We're probably gonna have to keep you longer than one night, but we wanna make sure we do everything to keep the baby inside and healthy, because the ultrasound is confirming that you have enough fluid, but we're gonna check you again to see if you're still leaking fluid. So at this point, I'm just kind of like, I'm giving all thanks to God, because, okay, if she has enough fluid to live, thank you, Jesus. You know, if God sealed my back at that time, thank you. I am not questioning anything. But my problem with my nurses in the hospital is they literally put me in stress. They literally took the wrong steps. They took the complete wrong steps into someone possibly having a miscarriage. So for them to come in and act as if everything was okay after me screaming and crying for that many hours, and they're telling me sorry for my loss, to now it's like, oh, good news. I knew that something was definitely wrong. I knew that they messed up. So basically they killed me overnight, and I remember all the nurses, they switched shifts, and the nurses kept telling me, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I knew that they messed up, because literally every nurse I had was telling me they're sorry for my experience. They're sorry that happened to me. And also after the nurses confirmed that I had enough fluid, once they checked me again to see if I was leaking amniotic fluid, it was negative. So the reason why me and Tasha wanted to make this video is because we know for a fact that there has been a lot of young parents who have went inside of a hospital or their clinic, and you know, they nurse or their midwife thought that they were having a miscarriage, and they didn't take the proper steps to make sure that there was actual what was going on, and possibly put them in labor, took their baby, and their baby died. And unfortunately, it could be that simple and devastating for your nurse to induce you and there's nothing wrong. My nurse was literally just a few minutes away from sticking some medicine in me and putting me in labor, and she could have caused a death that I would have thought for years or thought for forever that, oh, it was just because I had a miscarriage, I possibly did something wrong, when all along it was them. You confirmed that I was leaking. I was not leaking. Jordy is 9 weeks old now, so it's just so amazing to know that scare, you know, we prayed so hard and everything worked out.
I'm finna make a bottle though.
Okay, come on, Mama Bear.
We be having to do teamwork.
Teamwork make the dream work, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.